Alrighty, look what we accomplished this weekend. We were able to replace this section here. I brought my cut section of car here. The other half or 3/4 of car is still in the back of the pickup. But we started de-skinning things like the rocker panel. Found out that it's even worse than really the non-existent piece that was on my car. Although granted these are both my cars, but the one drivable car, or registrable car, I mean I should say, it's a valid VIN. Yeah, this one was way more fucked because they just put a piece over top the massive rust and just kind of, I think they glued it on, as you can see by those little pimples coming out, and then welded where they could and bonded the whole fucking thing up. I mean, we're finding lots of Bondo on this car, like you can see it in there. I mean, to give a point of reference, there's my fingernail. I don't have a nickel or a penny or whatever they use for tires to show you. I'm not really going to touch any of that. I mean, it's on the car. It's not cracking unless I fucking hit it with a hammer. So they did an okay job doing the prep. I mean, the body guy, the one that does the Bondo and sanding, did an alright job. And the guy that did the metal work, well, that's a whole other case. But yeah, so we just kind of made this piece. We reused the other section that we had out of one of the fronts there. Sadly, again, as you can see, it's flat because the previous owner, I think, had side skirts because it had those pieces of plate hanging off the sides. So it had a wide side skirt, so it didn't matter. So the guy just tapped them flat and I guess maybe made sure they were not rusted. And then, yeah, so we formed this up, cut it, welded it up. Very basic shape. Still filling up some of the rust holes and stuff. And then I just basically took my Rust-A-Line and ripped it all up and just pinched the seams together because we do have, as you can see, the fender flares, and they are going to go on somewhat like that. I have enough metal to get something in there. It gets a little bit dicey there. Just going to have to figure it out as we go. I might have to fill up that little bumperette section. I thought about keeping it like that, but it might not happen with how the over fenders get mounted. So, I mean, again, it's got some really shitty metal work there, but we're just gonna keep going forward on this. I mean, it's not gonna be perfect. It's never meant to be perfect. This was a $4,000 car. We're getting parts for it that are going over that initial purchase price, but yeah. We're just going to get it going. Like, we found out that, I mean, this quarter is not off the same year of car. Like, it fits all right wise. Like, we got the nice same curvature that you would see over there. But things don't line up. Like, the brackets for the bumper, if you'd have one, we're not going to. The exhaust is where the bracket is. The bracket comes down to about here. So this hole for the exhaust, which is the OEM thing that he's, again, badly welded over, is too low. It's super weird. I don't understand it, but again, we're just moving forward. I mean, from here it looks okay, and the car's going to be a lot lower, and we're not going to be looking real close on things because we're trying to get better than this. So, I mean, success so far. Our next goal is to start patching in from the outside, so I don't have open holes to the interior. So yeah, we will just put something over here, and then I might just put a little bolt-on plate in there or something, just so it's got some rigidity to it. Although once it's plated in, it'll be pretty rigid, but it'll stop shit getting in there. And I mean, it's never going to be a perfect seal in here. It is what it is, and there's no reason to go back in there, so we might box it in, maybe through fasteners and a cover plate, but maybe not. Again, we're just gonna plate over that. I got some paint drying inside here, so we're just gonna let that dry. So yeah, any advice, or do all these cars come with so much Bondo on them? I mean, when we're dealing with the 70s, it's a different time. Presses and forms weren't as good. I mean, as much as the cars were very artistic and beautiful back then, the build quality was not the best. But hey, everyone drank during the day, so it was all right. Yeah. So yeah, smell you guys later.